our parents could curb us to say,
from using
at
or
some
even
point,
usage,
even usage to learn so far in school. They just had all the time, and it felt like 24 hours felt like 24 hours.
For the positive aspect, just because there is a positive aspect to it. So you could definitely be using
an app of, let's say, for example, if I download an app of say 15 megabytes, you will sit down, you will cook rice, it's gonna dawn because when it's
Hey Whisperers, this is your host Debbie and
your co-host Dima.
Welcome to Whispers of Growth. Hey Whisperers.
Hi Whisperers.
Welcome again.
Welcome to another episode, another fun and impactful episode.
Welcome, guys. Welcome. I know is it how many weeks has it been last? I think 1 week. Or is it 2 weeks?
Yeah, 2 weeks. It's about 2 weeks. 2 weeks is a very long time.
Very long
time. It feels so long. Like, what have you been up to? Yeah. Really, it's been a while.
We need to know, like, how was your week? How did you enjoy the last episode?
What did you do? Yeah. About the last episode. Yeah. I want to say I did get some comments. I did get some very nice comments.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said that I used to always laugh. I'm always laughing a lot. Do you have a laughing syndrome like me?
Well,
let me know.
I think you did laugh a lot in the last episode. But
it's Debbie's fault. Let's not. It's literally like she's the reason why I'm always laughing like that. So if we're going to be honest, it's not that I just stay on my own and I'll be laughing anyhow. If you know what I mean, she's the reason.
They don't know what you mean.
She's the one that caused it.
Okay, no problem then. So guys,
I hope you enjoyed.
I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, I want to say thank you because we see that last episode was our first video on YouTube, and you guys have shown us massive love. Yeah, you did show us some love. We really, really do appreciate it. Yes, we know we are coming. We're not, we're not up there. We're not upcoming. We're just coming. Yeah. So thank you so much for your support so far.
Thank
you. Today, what we are talking about is, for example, let me first call. There are some people, when I call your name, answer the attendance. Okay? When I call your name, answer the attendance. First and foremost, you are a teen. Is it teen or youth? Oh, which one is after Gen Z?
Is it Gen Alpha?
Yeah.
Please, you should not, like, if I don't get it correctly.
Before Gen Z is Gen Alpha.
Before Gen Z, you mean younger than Gen Z?
Yeah, younger than Gen Z.
I think it's Gen Alpha. I might be wrong, but if I'm wrong, like, people should not drag me too much. I'm an auntie.
Quickly browse it.
I'm an auntie.
Before they drag us like a generator. Browse it now. If not, they are going to.
No, but are you okay? You have a list of people that you're calling, right?
Yes, it's down to mark attendance. They say that their head teacher don't know what she's doing. So please, there are some people I want to send away from this class. There's some people I want to invite.
Draw closer.
So tell me the people longer than Gen Z.
Oh, okay. Well, Gen Alpha, they were born after 2010.
After 2010?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anyone after them again?
So no. I think they are the current.
The youngest are the Gen Alpha and the Gen Z.
Yes. In terms of like context, it's just Gen Alpha.
That works. So, hello, ladies and gentlemen. If I call your name in this attendance, please move closer. Don't worry, I will zoom this part so that you know that you have to come closer. If you are a Gen Alpha,
draw near,
come closer. If you're a Gen Z, don't let me call your name twice. Come closer.
As the seniors.
Now, if you're parents of this set of people, also do what? Come
draw
closer.
Near.
This podcast is for you. Yeah. And for the rest of the remaining people, do not leave. The fact that I not call your name does not mean you should leave. You can still watch because definitely you have somebody, you have a cousin, a nephew, a niece, somewhere that is within this group. You know Mama Gbenga, Mama Chinasa, you know Mama Ben, that they have children.
I actually talked about this thing on my Instagram. I was talking about like, if you have like younger ones, you should definitely introduce them to this podcast because I think that they will have a lot to benefit. So I actually mentioned it like, if you have younger ones, like you need to introduce them to our podcast because they need to get that, healthy
You actually need it. There are some of you, you've spoken to your younger ones. You have a sister, maybe she's in the Gen Z, Gen Alpha group. You've spoken to her, she's not listening. She does not want to learn from your experience. You've seen Shege Banza, but she also wants to see Shege Banza
before she will learn from you.
Before she will learn. You have a brother, he's not listening to you at all. Please invite them. Tell them that please go and watch Whispers of Growth so that you can grow well. It's not just growing physically, you have to grow mentally. You have to grow. So people think you are matured, even when you are, you are not really matured by age, but you're matured by sense.
Yeah,
that's what this podcast is for. Biko. Mm-hmm. So now that I've brought everyone close to this town meeting, is it podcast? It's podcast, not town meeting. Oh, sorry.
Are you craving a town meeting? Because I get what you mean. Sometimes I do crave a town meeting.
Oh my God!
As an elder, I do feel like I need to be in a town.
I'm after
to participate in the town building.
Please mark the people that say they're elder. Me, I'm not an elder. Dima is an elder, so you can start. This is elder. You understand? So yes, the topic for today, what we'll be discussing, as you can see behind me, is.
Wait, Debbie, are you a millennial?
It's like sit now.
We are the elders now. If you're a millennial, we are the elders. We're the ones.
Now,
why are you denying our eldership?
Okay, what's after Gen Z?
There's nothing after. It's us.
Is it us?
It's us.
I'm in between. I'm not elder.
People should come and see you. People should come and help me to see you. Like, what do you mean your own is in between? You know what? Let me allow you.
No,
I'm going to allow you.
Tell me. Is it that will tell me the class? Is it your millennial? Is it your elder? I don't understand. People should just forget them. I just leave her. Look at me, because it's me and people that have talk, not me and
so let me find small trouble.
No problem. The trouble is in stock. Very much. I'll give you in bulk. As long as you're ready to receive it. So let's move on to today. You see, we have the topic, which way to go. Some of you might be wondering.
In case you're wondering.
Is it Yaba you're going to? Is it Burnley? Is it Bolton? Is it Preston?
Like, where are we really going?
Or is it Ojuelegba? I don't talk much about Nigeria. I should not say Nigeria is still in their blood. It's there. Or is it Okukomaiku? I wish I did other. You're not Shashi.
Have you been to Okokomaiko? I always hear about Okokomaiko.
I should have been. I would have been. Is it that the boss carry me past? If I don't even go, they'll say, oh wow. Is it that they carry me past?
Yeah.
But some of you might be wondering which way to go. Well, this particular podcast, like this episode of this podcast, is mainly or majorly for youths. I'm also a youth. So when I say youth, I'm either.
Yeah, we're reaching out.
We're reaching out to the younger generations. Yeah, that's what
the people that are coming after us specifically.
That is what this podcast, this episode is for. The parents of these people, we need you people to also listen to this. Watch this podcast. Send it to your child. It's not every time you be sending, because some parents, they are broadcast. It's a topic for another day. The way people send broadcast.
Especially mommies.
And daddies. They will just want broadcast. Do not press *777 on your phone.
Yeah, they say there is a food. My mother will say there is a food that is killing people. You should not send a broadcast. Send to 20 other people if you love them.
So please, this is a very good broadcast.
Yes, also broadcast
to share to your children and not those type. You can still send those type of broadcast, but this is something that would impact them positively. And I know that you guys want to watch till the end, because definitely you will get something. If you don't get something, come and meet me and collect your, what are you collecting back? I'm not selling anything. I want to say come and collect.
You're putting your stamp on it. She's putting a stamp on it.
That is it. So I'll always start with you, Dima.
Yes.
Like, for example, let's even start with, do you have any real life social media story? Or, based on, because now, let me just break this down. Which way to go? We're talking about the impact of social media on the younger generations, the positive impact and negative impact, because truly there's a positive impact to social media, but there's also a negative impact.
And the negative impact is very dire.
Yeah.
It's not, when we say negative impact, we don't just mean, it rained and then you were caught in the rain and then you're cold. No, like we mean like negative consequences or negative impacts that are very dire, that we can see the toll is taking in our society. And then, social media usage is like the elephant in the room, So let's talk about it. Me personally, like, I'm just like, using social media, like, if I'm going to be honest, even myself, I need to, like, be very careful. Like, I need to, how do you say, like, review, do it like a personal audit, like, what is really happening? Because any small thing, we're on the phone. Any small thing, scrolling. It's almost like an addiction that you need to work on. And it's not just like, oh, okay, people are addicted to social media. Like, what about me? Like, me personally, right? So things like how using social media affects you as a person. Me, the way it affects me, I'm always like scrolling. I'm like, I have something very important I need to do. Why am I scrolling on my phone? 2 minutes later, of doing the serious thing that I need to do, I need a break. What is the break? Pick up my phone, start scrolling social media in a way that is not helpful. It's not beneficial to you in any way. Like, you're not benefiting, you're just wasting time. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. But some people can actually benefit. Okay.
Yeah.
So that is just like, for example, for me, if I say I should give you a real life story for, using social media, we might not live here. It's not actually like,
no, but there are so many.
Much,
true.
But then
there are just so many.
Yeah. So just to move away from like a real life.
So we're not like using. I'm not necessarily like using social media as maybe like a positive thing, because maybe now there is a positive aspect, but that doesn't mean that I'm using it for the positive aspect just because there is a positive aspect to it. So you could definitely be using
live example. I would just love to give you guys like a fictional story of using social media. Just imagine with me. Let's imagine together. Now, this is not all I want to feed on is your imagination. That's all. I don't want you to think about this, just your imagination. Just imagine with me. So imagine you have two friends, a guy, let's say a boy and a girl, so that I do a gender balance at this point. So you have a boy and a girl, they're friends. But then these two friends, they are jolly friends. They talk about the future. They're really close. They talk about everything. They have time to discuss what they've learned so far in school. They just had all the time, and it felt like 24 hours to them in a day. But then they had their birthdays and their parent got them a mobile phone, like a smartphone. And they all had, they both had Instagram. They both say, oh, my parent got me this phone. Oh, there's this app. Let's download it. They downloaded Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok. That's what they downloaded. And they started using it. So it got to a point they rarely talk. They don't discuss anything. They are both on the phones. Even when they say, oh, my friends, belong, I saw you. How are you? Hope you're good. Fine. Then next thing. Then that kept on happening, that 24 hours started looking like 12 hours.
Yeah, like you don't have enough time to do the things.
Yeah, so 24 hours in a day reduced to like 12 hours in a day. Now, this is one of the effects of social media on people. Some people, like, I think younger generations are more addicted. I think older generations.
Yeah, but why do you think that, like, social media is so addictive? Like, what do you think about that? Why is it so addictive?
Let me give you an example. Let's say before our generation, we are the millennials.
Yeah.
There's some people before our generation. Before our generation, smartphone was not really, we didn't really have smartphones like very rampant the way we have it now. In our generation, there was smartphone, but there was this curb, like our parents could curb us to say,
from using
or
at
some
usage,
point, even usage to some age.
Yeah,
you get a particular age before you can even have the smartphone. Because at some point, and again, what was then, like what we have in millennial time, you had to go. To go is something you're chatting, and trying to build what is not buildable. For example, I'm just saying, because
something that is not buildable.
Some people never got to master. I don't know what exactly we are pursuing that to go. But then I'm just saying that at that point, Instagram, Facebook was not really
a thing.
Yeah, it was not really a thing.
It wasn't a thing.
But then it got to a point, people started excelling using Instagram. People were more known using Instagram and Facebook. People are making money off social media. And that way, this younger generation, they have access to smartphone really quickly. They are better smartphones.
Yeah, technology is really going so fast.
Technology
now.
is actually improving. There's a better internet speed.
In a space of 10 years. There's a lot of technology.
There's even a better internet speed, because at our stage, you cannot
even
say you want
so
to download.
Slow. Yeah, like you can't even just.
No, it's the truth. Before you download a game or an app of, let's say, for example, if I download an app of say 15 megabytes, you will sit down, you will cook rice, it's gonna dawn, because when the thing is going, you'll be checking, it's like, this is not moving. You'll be checking the percentage, you'll be checking.
There was time we used to check percentage. Oh damn.
You'll be checking the way it's going. Sometimes I even do it that when I'll just carry my account and say,
because there was only a time that like what's happening? Like this thing is just, are you sure it's the one that then you started downloading from beginning again?
So went in, I say no storage.
Do you know sometimes you actually feel like crying?
You know when you're
like, why would you do this to me?
When you're downloading and you get to
something that is not completely
understand. When you're downloading and you spend so much time and it's already 98%, and they tell you and the phone just say pum no storage. You be like, you will cry. You be like, no storage. How do I start all over again?
You won't believe your reaction. It feels like such pain.
That's something. It breaks your heart. But now, something like that,
this generation, they don't even know what that is.
Yeah, because
there are people who are alive right now who will probably never witness some of these things, who will never know the heartbreak that we had to endure.
You wouldn't know it, because the internet now is like speed of light. So
everything is at the touch of a finger, and that brings me to my own point, that the reason why social media is so addictive is, the relationship that we have with instant gratification. Social media gives us that thing. The brain wants you want your answers quickly. You want them now. You want it at the touch of a fingertip. Like that wasn't even something that was a real thing before now. So you would literally have to maybe take an action to get an outcome or to get a result. Now it's at the touch of your finger, right? So the brain is now kind of getting wired to have everything quickly. So I'm not a scientist, but the pattern, the way the thing is working, I think that's why social media is addictive. Your brain just knows that it's gonna get, if it's entertainment that you want, it's right there at the touch of a finger. If it's a news, if anything at all, even if it's to hit somebody up, is that you don't need to call them anymore. It's just at the touch of your finger. I feel like this also contributes. Then there is a way that social media is now designed. The design is like bottomless scrolling. The algorithm just keeps on feeding. It doesn't end. There is no end to it. Then you can move from Instagram to Twitter to Threads to TikTok. You can keep moving. If you get bored here, you move to the next one, and it's all bottomless scrolling. There is no end. It doesn't stop, and that is what keeps on increasing the way that we are able to get addicted to social media.
No, let me even ask. I just even want to ask a question. For example, I know some of us, there are some stories you hear on social media. There are some things, let's say, relating to younger generations. There are some stories you will see about some younger generation that will come into the limelight of social media. And I'm sure that there are some other younger generations, like the Gen Alpha, the Gen Z. You'll see something like that. Social media has gotten to a point where you see something wrong, whereby in those days, people are not even able to say it out. There are some things that are so wrong, you cannot even alter it. You can't even show it. But then things like that are shown, but we watch it and we don't see anything wrong in it.
Yeah, I think it started with, somebody said, I think I heard this somewhere. It started with the fact that social media gives you this cloak of anonymity, right? So you can be anonymous on social media. So what you say on social media does not necessarily fall back to you in real life. You're not impacted by the things that you're saying. So that gives you that leeway to then say anything, to be as outrageous as possible, to be as decadent as possible. The level of, there is no limit to how far you can take it, because there's always a cloak. There's always that, promise of anonymity. For instance, you could see me saying something on social media. You've never seen me in this life before, and you probably live this life, die, and you never see me, right? To come and say, you, why did you say something like that? So that level of anonymity where you have the freedom, but as well, the consequences are not going to come to you physically, I think is what makes it, I don't know if you saw, I was scrolling yesterday when I saw like a video on Instagram. I think is I'm trying to remember the lady's name that did the video. She's a popular celebrity in Nigeria, when she was talking about like the type of content that we are now consuming. She was speaking on it. And that's like it's a bit kind of like a touchy subject because people get emotional about these things when you try to criticize, what they are doing or what they are putting out there. But she was like, no, seriously, let's talk about it. It's not just about the content. What about the impact of the content? So she was like, she went into, it was a very long video. She went into details about what is happening, what we are putting out there, how it's affecting the younger generation. And she's talking about, is because we have this avenue, like it's just there for us to use. We have this tool. So should we then deny our conscience because we have a tool that kind of gives you the platform where you can put out whatever it is that you want?
So I think she's actually very right. The content, because while you were speaking, I just remembered there's this content I see on TikTok. Before I see people do, I understand. We're not saying that, on TikTok,
there was
for example,
such a thing as you say something and it's heavy in the air. There was such a thing.
There was a time where
there was such a thing. Now it's like it doesn't exist anymore.
There's a time when people think before they talk.
Yes.
But it's like people talk. After talking, they now think.
And then I think people think, like they think, then they say, but it's like there's a disconnect between, when you think about something and you're like, oh my God, this thing is not nice to say it out loud. But now it's like, even though I know that this thing is not good or this thing is not nice, I'm just gonna say it. Like people just move that way.
I understand the fact that everyone wants to create content. So that's why we're just saying that. See, they used to say something that there's a word saying if you can't beat them, you join them. But the truth is, if you cannot beat some people, you separate yourself from them. You don't need to join them.
Absolutely.
If you cannot beat them,
absolutely,
do not join them.
You don't have to join them. Absolutely.
Just separate yourself from them. That works.
Yeah.
Now, we're not saying we cannot control, or anyone, I don't think people except TikTok or the social media platform can control the content that are being posted. But we cannot control it. And because of that, it's just left for you to pick what you want to feed yourself with on social media. There are so many things. And even the algorithm is funny in a way. AI has done.
Somebody was saying that the algorithm knows you more than you even know yourself.
That's what I'm saying. So the way the algorithm works is, if you've watched a content for maybe you have like a long retention span on that content, you watch it more than like say 1 minute, you watch the content till the end. Trust me, before you know it, you're having that content coming. That's the type of content you'll be saying. For example, you might, sometimes you might think you want to get a shoe, and when you come, you just say Facebook ad for shoe. And wondering,
he knows you more than you know yourself.
What exactly?
I've used social media. As I use social media, it has gone to the point where even me, I'm scared. Like I really need to like sit down and think about this thing, because it has gone to the point where even conversations that I'm having in real life show up on my Instagram feed. It shows up not in a way that maybe I'm talking about buying shoe and then I see the shoe. No, not in that way. For instance, I could have like a conversation with a friend and maybe talking about maybe let's say their relationship or something that is happening in their relationship. It doesn't even have to be negative. It could be positive, anything at all. Say maybe somebody is like getting married, very like very intricate detail that it has to be a conversation. It has to be something that me and you we are discussing. Then I log in on Instagram and all the posts I see is about the thing that I've discussed with the person, not targeted ads. No, maybe I went to go and browse how to buy maybe a camera and then I'm seeing cameras or somebody talking about cameras. No, I'm going to see people discussing the very exact context of my conversation with the friend on my Instagram feed. And that's how well your algorithm knows you. So people say, oh, the phone is listening to us. I don't know if the phone is listening to us, but me, I know that the way it is arranged, the way they have programmed this thing, it is supposed to know you, it's supposed to study you properly, know you intimately to the point where even conversations that you're having is gonna show up.
So I think some people might be asking, so does that mean we should not use social media again? Because when she was in town medicine and she called we Gen Z and Gen Alpha and called our parents to this PTA meeting, does that mean that
No, PTA
we should
meeting.
not be using it? Does that mean social media has all negative effects? No. There's a positive side to using social media.
No, but we're not talking about the positive side of
social
media.
That's is the positive
because
side.
I just feel like that's like obvious.
Yes,
You
but
know,
no,
I'm not gonna label it.
No, what I'm saying is, it's very common for people to talk about the negative side, and when people speak about the positive side, they say it in a way that you would also want to do the negative things to go to the positive side.
Yeah.
For example, you go all over TikTok, they'll tell you you can make money from this place, post content. Some people, in the name of posting content, you're saying, "Get ready with me with pants." You've not seen that video.
I've indeed seen so many.
I want to go out. I put something on fire. I boil my water, and you're wearing pants. Is everything all right? No, I'm just saying. It's not like you're at the beach. That is in the name of posting content, and everybody. And this is something that someone else. Imagine a teen boy saying that. It will be like, "Oh, so it's okay to do it." Then you go and buy your Spider-Man boxer. You do content. You wear Spider-Man boxer. I say, "Come on, bath with me. I'm going to."
Yeah, and that ties into your earlier point that social media now is even kind of creating our culture for us. Like something that ordinarily you wouldn't do.
Yeah.
And it's not just like you wouldn't, of course, maybe you wouldn't do it. Like even now, say maybe you wouldn't wear pants and do video.
Yeah.
But now what has happened is that it has been normalized that you're no longer, there's no outrage. Like, oh, really? Like, why would you? It has been normalized. You get what I mean?
It's normalized because the only reason why you even have the only reason why some people have confidence to do things is because you see someone else do it. And
and then if it becomes like a general consensus, people will then start doing
the
it.
same way positive things, the same way success rules, that's the same way negative things rule. If you see someone that success,
people will then start doing
the same way positive things, the same way success rules, that's the same way negative things rule. If you see someone that is excelling in life, say, this person doesn't have to now I can excel. If you see someone going down the pit, this person doesn't have to going down the pit, so I should go down the pit.
No, but you shouldn't go down the pit.
I'm saying that some people, you guys like we check
try not to.
the same way you emulate someone that is doing something positive.
The same way
that's the same energy you can use to emulate someone that does something that is negative. So we're saying that there's a positive side to social media. Yes, a very positive side, but there should be control. You should be able to say that this is because sometimes some of you, even siblings, you have your sisters, your brothers, you guys barely have quality time
because you're on social media.
You are pressing.
It's affecting our relationships. If we're going to be honest, because outside of the content that we what's the word? Like the content that we digest. Outside of that, the amount of time we spend on social media, literally. I know we say that before. It used to be about connectivity. If you're not in my immediate environment, I can reach you. That is literally what. And then it's fun, and then it's social. But now, it's no longer little by little. It has moved from we're using it to stay in touch, we're using it to be social. It has moved from that to we're using it for entertainment, right? Now, that entertainment aspect takes away from the time that we are actually supposed to spend and build and cultivate our relationship. And that to me is a very negative impact. Like I can't even begin to explain it to you. And I feel like based on my own experience, it's even worse with the younger ones because most of the time I think maybe because the way we grow up, it's you fancy it respectful to put your phone down and talk to the person in front of you. But they are in another time, they grew up in another time. So it's much more normal for them to be on their phone than to as we are here now.
Yeah.
I'm just on my phone. You're just on your phone. And that's normal. As opposed to cultivating our relationship.
Have you seen when they chat? Oh, Jesus.
Not seen.
Oh, Father. You guys.
I have not seen. The impact is
I don't even want to. No, let's not even dive into it.
Never getting that time back.
The younger generations, you guys there's some of you have your set of friends. You have people around you. There are better things to discuss with this set of people. There's some of you, your mates now in future, you can see them, the two of you can be business partners in future. You guys can find yourself working in a place together. You can see yourself building a career together. You understand? There is space for collaboration. But because if you don't have discussion, if you don't discuss with people physically, if you don't get to know people around you, you never know what they carry. You know, that's why you will not blame anybody, maybe a younger generation. You just ask them, what do you want to be in future? Or what do you want to be in the next 5 years?
They all want to be
no.
influencers.
What do you want to be in the next 5 years? Please. I won't blame you if you cannot answer me if you cannot answer me immediately, because I know that there's no time for you to think about what you want to be in the next 5 years. No, it's the truth. You cannot
sit down. I feel like, what are we doing if you're not cultivating your relationships? If you're not, your friendships, your marriages, whatever it is that is the relationship that you have, if you're not cultivating it, that time is lost. That time is going. It's gone. Lost. Like, let's be honest.
Let's even say you never think about phone. It is only when you have, there's a time where, for example, you do not have your phone with you. You're speaking with somebody. The more you relate to people, that's the more your brain works and you're thinking afire. You have time to think.
Yeah.
You have time to think. Some younger generation, in the morning that you just woke up, that's also you to think. It's phone you will carry.
Yes, yeah.
And when somebody asks you, what do you want to be in the next 5 years? You say you don't know.
Yeah. That's true.
Which I wouldn't even blame you guys. So what I'm saying is we're not criticizing anybody. We're not saying, you cannot use social media again. You're watching me via social media. We're only saying that know the kind of content you digest.
Yeah,
if something is
a tool and you have to use it as a tool. It's not like, even as we are speaking, we're also speaking to ourselves. Do you get what I mean?
No, so you don't get it. It's a tool. You need to use it to your advantage. But some of you, is the tool that is using you.
Exactly. That's literally what I'm saying. Like, is a tool and you're supposed to use it as that. It's not supposed to replace. Do you get what I mean? It's not something that is not supposed to replace intimacy. It's not supposed to replace self-development. It's supposed to be a tool towards increasing, for instance, things like intimacy, things like inspiration, things like motivation. If you're thinking of, okay, what good impact can I make in the society? You should be able to use social media to figure that out. Okay, how can I? That's what you're supposed to be using it for. It shouldn't then now replace the real actual thing, like, say, talking to your friends, like, say, working together with your friends. Social media shouldn't take that place at all. And because now the way we now use social media, the negative impact is just so high. And that does not mean there's no positive content on social media, because I know there are some people. Yeah.
For younger generation, let me even ask a question now. I'm even pointing it directly. Reply in the comment section. You are a Gen Z, you're a Gen Alpha. How many of you are scroll through TikTok or Instagram and you see somebody teaching mathematics and you watch till the end? Answer now. No, I'm very sure that you will not watch till the end. But when you see that one where they are doing challenge, those challenge that they do, people do, you do this one, you watch that one, you even replay. But when you see, it's showing that there are positive content on social media, but you guys
don't engage
to digest those kind of content.
Yeah.
Some of you are watching me, you are not really good in mathematics, but you see somebody come because someone thought that, if they can do, I can also post this thing online and make people. You will not follow, you will not watch those kind of things. You say, okay, let me see, can I benefit from this? Go on social media with what you can. You're not making money off. Some of you are not making money. Some people are making money, fine, good. But for some more of you that are not making money, try as much as possible to look at it to say, okay, what exactly can I benefit?
And you need to understand that you're the reason why the people who are making money are making money. Yeah, you are the reason why they are. So because you also need to remember that. For me,
for example, if I go through TikTok, sometimes I also say, you be pressing TikTok. Why are you always on Instagram? But sometimes when I go through TikTok, I can in a day say this is what I benefited from going through TikTok. Fine. I can go through TikTok and someone teaching me how to do pop and come and do nonsense in the house. I'll be practicing. I can go.
I actually learned how to do pop.
No, it's not true. I can go through TikTok. I see someone making one kind of food. I'll say, let me try it to become a disaster. We'll later drink Gary that day. That is what. But then I know that I benefited something. So if you know that you're checking through social media, some of you, fine, it's not everyone. There are no parental control at some point. Your parents could give you some of you are even fending for yourself. Some Gen Z are fending for themselves at the moment. So you can have, that there's no control. We want you to control yourself. Checklist yourself. Say to yourself to say, okay, what exactly have I benefited throughout the day? What did this had? What
Do a
skill did I generate?
self-audit.
Yes.
Do
What
a
skills did I
self-audit.
generate? Some of you might be thinking, what can I do? How do I make extra source of income? Or what can I do at my age? You can also get those information from social media. But what we're saying
Absolutely.
is try as much as possible to ingest positive stuff. Let the
Yeah,
algorithm know.
the way they're always talking about how anxiety and depression is at an all-time high.
Cyberbullying.
Honestly, I feel like this thing you're talking about, like doing a self-audit, right? If you do a self-audit and you're like, oh my god, my anxiety levels are so high this year than they were last year, for instance. If you trace back, you could actually find out that, oh, what kind of content am I consuming? Does it have any impact on my anxiety level? Am I depressed because I'm on social media comparing my life?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Comparing my life to other people's lives, things like that. If you do like a self-reflection, you will most likely see the connection of where
because
your issues are
the
coming
truth
from.
is not everyone that can overcome peer pressure. I say it. If you come to me and tell me that you're pressured by your peers, I wouldn't say, why would you be pressured by your peers? Because some of us can overcome peer pressure. Some of us, we're not moved by anything. But some people are easily moved. That's just the way you're built. That's the way you're wired. You are easily moved by some things. Now, tell me, for example, why you would see, maybe, for example, you see someone, you are age mates, you're in Nigeria, your other friend is already in the UK.
Yeah.
You now see her. She's
Yeah.
wearing Nike Air Force, one latest Air Force. You're now saying, because she's in the UK, my mom to buy, or my parents, I want to buy this kind of thing in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Do you know if she used Klarna?
No, but then it's not even like even when you're comparing your life to another person's life. Let me even tell you something.
Do you know they're saying
Some of the things that you are watching are like they are not real, like they are artificially made, like it's fiction. It's something that was made to get your attention. Like it's not like I don't know how to explain this thing to you. The lifestyle that you are watching and looking at and like, oh my god, I don't have these things, I don't have that thing. Do you know it was curated? Like sometimes it's not real. Like it was done like film, like movie. You bring characters together, and then you watch it and you see it as if it's real life.
Yeah, you make it look
and your
like
own life doesn't measure up. Meanwhile, you were targeted. Like that's literally what it was.
Because it's not even in real time.
It was made to impress you.
It's not even
a
real time.
thing.
For example, somebody you saw a friend of yours. I'm talking about the Gen Z and Gen Alpha. Now you see somebody that the person is like maybe someone that is really doing well. The person is let's say riding a car, for example. You're already comparing your life with that person. Do you know how long the person has been? Do you know how much? Do you know the person? Maybe the person is paying for that car over 10 years or 5 years. The person is paying it for the car small. Do you know how long the person has been chasing to even get the car? But the only thing you're saying is when they bought the car.
Yeah.
What happened before they bought the car? Did you even think about it?
Yeah, did they buy the car? Did someone give them the car?
Did you
do not
think about
exactly
it?
all of
the
these
only
things.
thing is there is a car.
Yeah. I hear young people talk about like, I don't know, maybe because of the way that we were raised, I don't know what's happening right now, but like there's such a thing as process. You worked hard for something, and this is but then what is on social media now is that because you digest so much of this content of aesthetically pleasing life, because that's what I hear from young people, that they are all pursuing an aesthetically pleasing life. But there is this, because you've seen it on social media, not like you're looking at your mom or your dad or your big sister or your big uncle. You're looking at their life, right? Oh, okay, they went to secondary school, they went to uni, they got this degree, then they got a job, then they got a house, then they got a car. That is not the story you're comparing your life. You're comparing your life to somebody on the internet that you do not also know their own process. Did they go to school? Did they get a degree? Did they get a job? You're comparing them to yourself because you're seeing the instant outcome. You're seeing the result as it is.
You're comparing
so you
them
believe
to
that
their
you
end
should,
result,
you
not
should
the
have
process.
this life. You should have this life this instant. But that's not how it works, is it? It's not how it works. Because those people, let's say, because now sometimes they say, oh, social media is fake. Sometimes it's not fake. It's a real thing. Like people are living the life of luxury. But then, how did they get there? Do we consider all the backstory before we then say, oh, my life is dull, I need to like plan towards an aesthetically pleasing life, which is good. an aesthetically pleasing life is nice. Everybody wants, nice things. Everybody likes nice things. But then, what about the drudgery of the work? What about what you have to do? What about the steps it takes? And that is where character is built. Character is built in between. Okay, now I'm here. Now this is where I want to go to. The process of going from here to here is what builds your character, isn't it? So now it's like, oh, I'm seeing this thing. I should have it. I can have it. And then you expect that you should have it. But when you don't have it, it leads to what? Anxiety and depression.
And you start thinking you're not good enough. Whereas nobody sent you messages.
Self-doubt. Self-doubt comes in.
Sorry for saying, I just have to say that, because some people, if you're not talking to the middle of your head like this, you're not gonna listen. Just saying, Sha. But then my advice to you is that there is a positive side to using social media. There's a negative side to using social media. Please get towards the positive side. Absolutely. Lean on the positive side. Use social media for positive reasons. Please and please and please. And also, younger generations, learn from your parents' experience. Learn from your parents. Some of you
also talk to your parents.
Yeah, talk to your parents.
Talk to your parents.
They know
every single time
way more than you.
Think about the time that you could the time that you can give to talk to your parents about their
your parents.
It's almost like what they used to call it. There's this thing they say on social media now that people are complaining about marriages not lasting. So someone was like, it's something that people generally say, like, what about your parents' marriage, right? Why is it people on social media that you're comparing their marriages to yourself or to your own marriage? What about your own, saying marriage doesn't last? What about your own parents' marriage? How about that? Why is that not like a point of reference for you? Do you get what I mean? Like, what about like your uncle, your aunties, your family members?
Some of you, your parents have been married for like 32 years. But you're comparing yourself to social media, one person saw this, I don't want to get married. Marriage does not last. But then you are the tree that gave birth to you as a fruit is 32 years
in marriage.
But you don't use them as
an example.
As an example, use outsiders. So please, guys, that is just one advice. That's the advice we have for you. And for parents, this is a plus. Now there is this app on Play Store. I think because I saw it on somebody's status yesterday, because someone posted someone posted on a status that the daughter was saying, just asking that what kind of, like, can she allow her download some apps, and she said, okay, you can download just this one, don't download the rest. So
that's a good tool.
I was actually I was intrigued, and I was like, what app is this? She was like, it's called Google Family Link. Is on Play Store, and I think it's on App Store too. It's like a family link that you can check.
No, but these are for parents with minors.
Yes. Like these are for parents.
Yeah, if you have a minor,
like a Gen Alpha, you have a child from, let's say, you're already using smartphone, they're not up to 18 or they're 16, 15. So you can actually do a parental control to control the apps they can download. If you don't want them to have TikTok on their phone, don't let them have it. Don't let them have Instagram. If it's one thing you want them to download, you let them download it. So you can also do this, and this will help parents. So I hope we've been able to speak to the younger generation in a very plain language, because we didn't want to say that research said.
Not even because we are right here, we are talking to you. So some of the things that you can do, like actual practical step, because I always like when you want to say that something is bad or something is not good, like, what is the alternative? Do you understand? So how you use social media in a way that it can be healthy is sometimes take time out. Do a break. This one is probably the hardest one, but I promise you, is the best tip that you can use to use social media healthily, or in a healthy way. Always take a break. Always say, okay, if you're on social media from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., how about you cut that to 7 p.m., 6 p.m. to 7 p.m., something like that. And then the rest of the time, you can book something to do in that block of time that you have that doesn't involve social media. Over time, you will notice that you can take more breaks. So people who they can't, 2 minutes, they're on their phone. You got to a point, maybe 5 minutes later, you're on your phone. If you take a break, I promise you, over time, you find out that you're weaning yourself off of social media. You can stay hours, even days, weeks, without even thinking about social media, because now you've replaced the time with something else. Do you get what I mean? So that's a very good tip in case you are thinking about, how can I actually, for real, do something about this? I can see how I'm using social media is not very good. What can I do? Yeah. So this is one tip that me I know that I've practiced it, that it works.
Another tip is just
It
have
actually
something,
works.
have something doing, please. Some of you, no matter how small you might be or you think you might be, just try as much as possible to do something. Do something that would involve you, physically using your hands. You could, in your spare time, you can try to do art and craft. You can choose to paint, even if you don't know how to paint like me, but you can just paint stick man. You understand? Do different colors. Do something that would engage you physically. That way
Debbie
you
can
won't
do
even
everything.
remember.
That's why she's saying all this.
I
She
hear
can
you.
do everything. See, let me not lie to you people. Debbie can do it all. If you need lessons, please call her. She can do every. I'm not even joking. Like I'm not even joking. At the risk of giving too much information, I can just summarize it by saying Debbie can do everything. That's why she's saying you should do like this, do like that. But in case you cannot, you can give you like, a bit of helpful things that you can do, because somebody like me now, I can't do as much as Debbie can. But you get the gist of what she's saying. And to add to it, you can also like, say you spend some time out of social media, you've used your time to do something positive, something nice, something impactful. Honestly, following positive content, people who produce positive content, I can't begin to tell you how much better it will make your life. Because personally, when I unfollowed like certain blogs, certain pages, I unfollowed them, even though maybe there was a time I used to enjoy their content, but it's not very positive, it's negative. Like there's some kind of content they are always producing, and it's not very good for my mind. So I unfollowed all of them. There are just some blogs that I think 2020 or so, I was just like, this is getting too much. It's beginning to affect me. I just unfollowed all of them. And I started following, like, my followership is just more of like things that I know will benefit me. So even if I'm just on social media, I know that what I'm feeding my mind with are things that are going to help me in my life or going to improve me. I don't know, maybe like information I'm getting now, I might not need it, but because it's a good information, I might need it eventually. So following good content,
you
or
would
like,
even know, you would know the positive content when you see it. So we don't need to tell you that these are the content you should follow. When you see it in your mind of mind, you know
and
that
number
this
one is
positive.
our podcast alone.
Yeah.
That's
Sorry, I
number
need to
one.
tell you this
No,
one.
honestly, like, can we drill that? Yeah. Number one, because now I've said it, I'm not going to move away from the point. The point is that our podcast here is
the first one.
Is one place you can come and get
Please.
positive, self-improving, mental health, conducive content. That's
Yes.
why we are here for you. So you need to follow us. Tell your.
I've not counted the checklist, because this is the checklist that will make me. This is the checklist that will qualify you.
Tell everybody that you know that you want to do better.
Jollof rice, party jollof rice in this podcast. So number one, you have been watching. You watched up until this point. Did you subscribe? Have you subscribed to this channel?
Have
if
you liked?
Not,
have you followed us?
Click the subscribe button. You see, I just did the bell sound.
Yeah, I like this idea of a checklist. I like this idea of a
subscribe button. Number 2 on the list. If you have not liked this episode till now and you are still here, you're a suspect. Click the like button before I send you to where you don't want to go. Please click. If you know that you've not shared to your friends and family, don't be greedy.
What are you waiting for? Don't be stingy with good things.
It's not your content. It's been that produce the content. Why are you not sharing it?
Share it.
So please share. If you know that you've not commented on this episode, are we keeping malice? Why do you keep keeping to yourself? Please talk something. If I've offended you, right?
Say your mind.
Say your mind.
Feel free. Say it with your full chest.
Please, I'm begging you. Put it in the comments. Thank you as you do so. You can also listen to us on Spotify. Please do not forget.
Yeah, everywhere that you get your podcast.
Apple Podcasts, we're there. YouTube Music, we're there. Yeah. Please listen to it. Share it with everybody. Use this thing as your morning broadcast. Until they say that, and what happened, say no. Come and tell me. And I will help you beg them. But please keep sharing, guys.
Yeah.
So I think we've said enough about which way to go. And we would just touch on this again, because the plan is for every second episode, we're releasing episodes twice in a month. The first one will be our general, our our whisperers, everyone will talk about it. The second episode, we want to dedicate it to youth, the younger generation, speak to them about something. So which way to go will be more like a series. We've spoken about social media today. The next one could be probably career path or relationship life or stuff like that. So that will come up. And let me just to mention, I do have a book on Amazon. If not, now this is not this is a book that would is mainly for teens, it's for teenagers. So as a parent, if you're watching this, it will be good for you to like get the book for them. One is At Flutter, one is Tinder Bro Code. At Flutter is for the girls, the ladies.
What did I say?
What did you say?
What did I just say?
Please hold on. What are you saying? Please don't listen to Dima. At Flutter is for girls, and it is more like a romantic, but their age kind of romance. Their age. What am I saying?
Age
appropriate romance, not the one that they're going to be looking at adult romance that did not concern them.
Yeah,
the one that
give
concerns
them something
them.
that is good.
Yes, that is what At Flutter is about. It's, you can even check on Amazon. You can check the content. It's something that you definitely, for those in the UK, you can get it. Now, Tinder Bro Code is for the boys. There's a reason why it's separated, because for the boys, they have content regarding to finance, content regarding to building a good self-esteem. Their content there for the boys. So you can get these books for your children. Please tell you to get them. What they to get these children? Lollipop, ice cream. By the time I calculate money for 3 or 4 ice cream times,
you've already
enough
gotten
for the book. So please, you can get it. It's available in the ebook format and also the paperback format, depending. So that is just something that you can also get for your children to keep them engaged. Okay.
What did I say?
Don't say anything. Please, let's move on to the next session. Not listen to Dima.
Next
session, please.
I'll go on with the list.
Next session, please.
Let's just go with a list of everything that Debbie can do.
What list are you coming up? So now we're moving on to the game. Let's just have our game as we normally do.
So we're going to play a game in this episode.
Okay.
Real or fake. So you guys should play with us at home, just like guess. So the game is literally, I'm just going to read out some facts. Then Debbie is going to say, she's going to guess if it's real or if it's fake.
So I'm the one that need players. So you people watching, you are my fellow players.
Yes.
Just imagine that we are doing Squid Game.
Exactly.
I'm player 4. Exactly. What's the last guy? I'm 001. I'm not 001. I'm the last guy.
Okay, 456.
56. The last person, that was me. So the rest of you are 1 to 400. So I'm hoping to get over 400 views on this
we would
episode.
we would like to know
I'm
what you thought
hoping to get
about
over 400 subscribers on this episode, and I'm saying it from my mouth to God ears. That is how it is. So please, guys, you people should join me to play this game. Let's go. I'm ready.
Let's see how many that Debbie's gonna.
I don't want plenty questions, so
Debbie's going to
get a list, so okay.
All right. So number 1 here is Instagram once tested removing likes in certain countries. Is this real or is this fake? In certain countries, Instagram tested removing likes. Like when you go
real, because there's nothing that I cannot test.
They're testing it up.
That is a problem. It's not that I to test anything. Real.
That is correct for you. So how did you know?
It's real because they are showing
their character.
No, they want to actually remove it in a particular country that people not earn money from it and everything. So I think
All right. So number 2 fact: TikTok was originally created as a fitness app. TikTok was originally created as a fitness app. Is this true? Or is this real or is it fake?
I won't be shocked if it's true, because there's nothing they do like that cannot happen. But then should you say false or true?
No, but I think you've already grown now when they created TikTok, so you can remember the history of TikTok or how it started.
True.
All right, I'm very sorry. That's fake.
I know it's fake now. Because TikTok is not pure gym. So why exactly would TikTok be a fitness? Why would it ever be? I don't understand. Okay, yes. Okay, we some people got it. Some viewers got it.
I know that some people will get it. Okay, especially the Gen Z. They know how the thing is.
Next.
All right, so we have the average teenager spends over 7 hours a day on social media.
True. Move on.
The average.
True.
I'm just wow.
They even say more than that. We all know it.
It's more than that, really.
We know ourselves. We know it. Okay, let's move on.
This particular fact is a bit because it says
it's concerning.
Yeah, it's concerning because the average, this is an average, more than 7 hours a day, and a work day is 8 hours. Do you get what I mean?
They are basically working. You're gonna collect your pay slip at the end of the month. Well done. Kudos.
We have the next one is Twitter's original character limit was 180. Now this one is a bit, is a bit specific. It's a bit technical because I don't know if most people know what the character limit was.
You know, my business is true. Don't even finish reading it. If it's not true, leave it like that. Did I fail?
It's fake.
It's fake too. Leave it. I don't want to care because exactly why we pay attention to character limits.
Exactly, like who pays attention to
yes,
that?
That's why you ask me that kind of question.
So the next one is the like button on Facebook was almost called awesome instead of like that button. Instead of saying it was the like button, it was almost called awesome.
By who?
By the programmers, like the owners.
How exactly will I know what the programmers want to call the thing when they've not called it? What kind of question are all these questions? You need to please come to my aid.
You're guessing now. You're supposed to guess now.
I should guess something in their mind. I'm not a witch. I don't understand. Almost called. They didn't even call it the word. So I should know what they. Is that I was working Facebook?
No, you were not.
I need to ask some questions.
You were not working in Facebook.
Okay, let's just. What exactly?
But what's your guess?
Should we say true? Let's just say true. I want to be. I'm truthful.
Yeah, but it's true because you know the way that you've already like you answered the logic you used to answer that first one is the same logic here.
Okay.
They try everything, so it's true. It was almost called awesome. Even myself, I was surprised that it's true. Like, oh, okay. They do in fact try everything. So Debbie got down.
Next question. I think this should be this is our last question.
I have like 3 more.
Okay.
All right. So Snapchat filters can change your voice along with your face, not just the face.
True now.
True. Wow. That is actually true.
True. They have like the AI.
You can
voice,
actually change
the something
your voice. That's to tell you how deep fake is going. All right. Number 7. TikTok videos were originally limited to 10 seconds.
True.
Okay, that's fake. Yeah. It was
1 minute.
It was 15 seconds. Originally.
Okay.
No, but that is true because I remember.
There's 15 seconds.
Yeah.
And there's 1 minute.
Then there's now it's like they increased it to the 1 minute.
Okay,
but originally, 15 seconds.
Okay. My bad.
It's always like TikTok videos always go so quickly.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Okay, yeah, I get it.
All right, then we have the most liked Instagram photo is of an egg.
True. What is an egg? Yes.
It is. It's an egg.
Oh, an egg.
Yes. You're correct. Like, it's actually an egg.
Like
a picture of an egg is the most liked picture.
Tell me to go and snap egg.
Like I can't.
Maybe you have egg. What do you? Oh, this is okay. So should I start? Okay.
Oh, wow.
Moral of the lesson: go and snap egg. Oh, don't eat egg. Snap the egg. Snap egg. Snap egg. So you blow. I know what I will do. We're gonna snap egg. Okay, next time, please don't be shocked when I put crate of egg in this place.
So that people will know that.
So that you people will like. Know. Because I think that's the medicine, that's the juju to it to like this podcast.
We need a lot of likes.
We need to pull eggs to decorate this place. Please, our designer, help us pull eggs in this thing.
It's a selling point.
So help us pull eggs, you understand? Okay, then is that the last one?
We have the last one now is the one that is bonus for everybody. I just want to include this because everybody can actually like get this one. The Facebook owns both Instagram and WhatsApp. True or false? True. I think everybody knows that.
No
so
problem.
with that, we have come to the end of the game session. You really did so well. Like you got almost everything already. Like it's like as if you know how they move.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. I hope you also enjoyed yourself the same way we did here, and I hope that you
so much
played the game also with us. So now we are moving on to the next session, which will be the dilemma for the forms. If you know, and I think that's also handled by you. So just speak about it. Because from the last one, we haven't gotten any comments yet.
No, we haven't got any. People. Nobody has any dilemma. Everybody's life is going great.
We thank God. We are happy for that.
We're happy for you.
Yes, we are happy for you because we don't need to be looking for the bad thing. The fact that we are happy for you that your life is going great.
Absolutely.
But if it goes, if it's the other way around, please do well to fill the form. We'll also be putting the barcode, and this time around I will include the link in the YouTube description. I didn't do that in the last one.
Okay.
But then we'll include
But it's also in our bio.
But it's also in the bio. So if you're looking for the link, go onto our bio on Instagram. You'd also see like sometime in the video you see like the Instagram page and everything. Go there and click the link. There'll be a link tree where it will take you to different. You can even follow us on other social media platforms.
Yeah.
But also click the link to fill the form if it's going.
The links are
so happy. We're so happy that your life is going great. Congratulations. We hope it lasts.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. It will last in Jesus' name. Let me put it that way.
Yes.
Then the first one will be our marketing session. So I've given shout out to businesses. previously. Should I still have the market bill? Well, let's have the market
I'll
bill,
get that bill
even
for
if we're
you.
not marketing.
I will have that.
Then I'll give the market
I
bill.
must
I'll get the
indeed
market
get that bill for them.
No problem.
I must get it
If
because
you're getting the bill, please get Shekerel.
what is Sheker?
The ones that used to that one with bead. That thing
Oh,
with bead.
okay. So like to make the proper.
Yeah, to get that
All
one
right,
too.
all
Just saying. So guys, for the our marketing session this time around, we really do not have. I'll still be giving shout out to the same non-profit organization I did. You know, the Beautiful Minds. If you've seen their logo, you can send them a message on Instagram. The Beautiful Minds _EA on Instagram. So you can send them a message. Also, Boundless Care and Love. You can also send them an Instagram message. I'll also be putting that banner. That is that, and any other. I think I mentioned the books already. So please do ensure you get that. You can also I would put. Where could we put the link? Okay,
For the book.
yeah, it could also be in in our bio. There's
the link to the book.
Yeah, to the book. So
Okay,
in case you want to like go straight and get the book, the link will be somewhere. We'll definitely put it somewhere.
We'll figure that out.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
Figure
So
that
it
out, but
would
we'll
either
make
be-
it obvious. Like this is
So it
it's
might
okay. You
either
want an
be-
easy way to just
Yeah,
get
it might
the
either
book.
be in the link tree.
Yeah,
It could
because
be-
then I was thinking somebody might need to go and start searching. So instead
Yeah.
of like searching, they would just
so
click
you'd
on
see
the
it. We
link
could
and
even
get
put it. I could put it in the YouTube description. You can check below. You'll find it there.
YouTube description.
Yeah, you find it there after watching the
Please
video.
check
If you
YouTube
want to
description.
download,
Yeah,
if you want to
so,
buy the book or even download the ebook version, it's there. So I think that is basically all we have for the marketing session, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope we've not bored you people. I definitely no, I'm not even boring. If you say well, I'm boring, you need to check yourself once more. I'm not boring. What's
We're
the
not.
matter? We
We're
are not boring. But then I want to remind everyone that the whole essence of this podcast, which is Whispers of Growth, is to become a better individual every now and
I was just
again.
gonna say that. I hope you've
Please.
taken something away from this
Please.
episode that is gonna help you be a better person.
I hope so. I hope so. I hope so.
An action plan, something, that you've taken
And
away
please,
from
guys, we need your support massively. We want you to share this video, like it, subscribe, comment, because if you do this, this will help, YouTube or Instagram or this, it will help the algorithm to recognize us more.
Yeah,
So that way,
put
more
us in
people,
the,
to put us in the limelight, and more people would be able to, benefit from this podcast.
Yeah.
So I'm begging people, you see, look at the sign again. Whenever I do this sign, just know that no maximum respect. So please make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel, you like, you share, you comment, and also rate us on Spotify. Share it with your friends and family. Share it with all your niece and nephew. Some of you not sent to buy for your niece and nephew. Please buy them this podcast. Give to them the podcast. Just say that my niece and nephew watch this thing. This as your morning broadcast to them. Let them see. Let them watch it. And you can even ask as a parent. You can ask your children, watch this podcast. What have you gained from it? What did you learn? What do you want to take forward? Can you reflect on what you've listened to? What exactly do you want to do moving forward? And I'm very sure they'll give you a positive response. So please, guys, everyone watching us, please support us. Support your girls.
Support your girls.
We're trying. We are
please.
coming. I want to be on fan support. You understand? When people say this, she's on live support. I want to be on fan support. I'll say that I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait.
We breathe.
Yeah, please, I beg of you people, support us massively. Thank you so much for joining us this episode.
Thank you so much for joining us. If you've listened to this
till this time,
to the end, we salute you. Thank you. I just knew you were going. I knew you were going.
Let's leave that one. Please don't mind him, man. Before you start laughing. Thank you all so much. We really do appreciate, and we've come to the end of this episode. I hope that you guys, you have a great week ahead. If you're listening to this on a Friday,
hope
or
you have
on
a great weekend.
Yeah, you have a great weekend.
Yeah.
If you listen on Monday, I hope you have a great week. So I remain your home girl, Debbie.
And I'm Dima. Thank you so much.
Peace out, guys. Thank you. Mwah.